Hey guys, welcome for another week of chats with the Classroom of Champion. I'm Cindy Ouellet. I'm a wheelchair basketball player. I play for Canada. I also do cross-country skiing. I'm a Paralympian. So this week we're going to chat about mindfulness. We know right now, I'm sure you're experiencing different feelings. Maybe it's hard for you to not go play with friends, to not do any sports with your team. It's really a weird time. So sometimes like we can be sad, we can be crying, we can be even angry about it all. So it's a little bit confusing. So today I'm gonna chat with a Paralympian and Olympian athlete. And then we just wanted you to know that it's okay to feel those things and how to feel better about that. We're gonna learn a little bit breathing exercise and how to contract your muscle and try to de-stress, really slowing down your body so then at night you can sleep and like have a good night of sleep. So during the chat today, I just want to remind you that there's a commenting box on Facebook. You can comment live, and we're gonna try to answer as many questions that you ask. So let me introduce some athlete now. So first athlete, she's an Olympian, a snowboarder, really cool sport. Mercedes. So she's gonna come on screen with me, and then she's gonna talk about her sport, a little bit her career and what she's done.
Hi guys, I'm Mercedes Nicoll. I'm in Whistler, British Columbia, and I'm a four-time Winter Olympian in snowboard halfpipe. And if you don't know what a halfpipe is, it's what you're seeing right now. It's two 22-foot walls made of snow on an 18-degree pitch, and it's longer than a football field. So when I was competing for Olympics, I go through the halfpipe, I do tricks and spins the whole way down. And throughout that, there's a panel of judges at the bottom that are watching me, and they give me a score out of 100. And that decides on how I place. I was lucky enough to compete at the Vancouver 2010 games, and I placed sixth there.
All right, well, thank you. Snowboard is really cool. I've never done it, but it's kind of scary, but just watching that, super fun. I'm sure there's a lot of kids that want to be an Olympian in snowboarding later, so a lot of practice, I'm pretty sure.
Lots of practice, lots of falling and getting back up.
I bet. So now I'll introduce you to Shacarra Orr. She's a Paralympian in sit volleyball. She's going to talk a little bit about her sport and what she's done in her career as well. If the video comes on. All right.
Oh, perfect. Sorry about that. It cut out. I'm Shacarra Orr. I'm from Calgary, Alberta. I competed in the Rio 2016 Paralympic Games. I was on the first team for sitting volleyball that Canada ever sent to Rio. And now I have retired from the sport due to my injury. And I'm working with the Canadian Paralympic Committee and still staying involved in sport as much as I can.
So guys, you see, like Shacarra is a really good athlete. I watched them play in Rio. It was really fun sport to watch. And when you're an athlete at a high level, after you can still have a career. Like she's still around our athlete. She came with us at the last game at Pan Am, so she can take care of athletes. It's super fun. You don't like that's what's good about it. You can be an athlete, and after that, you can work with athletes. So it's super fun. So now today I talk to you. The team is mindfulness. So we want to practice to calm down our thoughts and like when there's little thing in your head and it's always talking and you're always like fighting against your thoughts. Sometimes it's hard. So for example, you can be mad that you can't see your friend right now, but that's okay. We have to practice calming those thoughts, calming our body down. We got to practice that. It's like athlete. You get, like earlier, Mercedes said, it's a lot of practice, a lot of falling, a lot of coming back up. Same thing in basketball. For me, if I learned dribbling, I had to practice hours and hours of pushing and dribbling. So it's the same thing with breathing. You got to practice breathing and you got to practice to calm down. So sometimes when your mind is already calm, it's easy. You don't think about it. But when it goes crazy and you just don't know what to think, it gets really hard and it gets super upsetting and frustrating. So with the athlete, with Shaq and Mercedes, we'll do some exercise. So that relax the mind and body slowly. So we're not all gonna try to relax everything at the same time. We're gonna take it one step at a time. Um, so, and then when you release all that energy and then all that stress, you'll see you're gonna be way calm, like you'll be more calm. Your heart rate's gonna go down, and then you're gonna have a better day and better night of sleep too tonight. So let's start with shoulder. I'm gonna ask Shaq and Mercedes to do the exercises with me. So it's pretty easy. So even if you're sitting, even if you're sitting in a classroom, you can sit and you can do that. You can ask your teacher to pause during the day, and then you can start doing those breathing exercises. So at first, we start with the shoulder. You wanna really squeeze the shoulder, squeeze the muscle in your shoulders, up tight. Then after that, you let go, start breathing. We're doing that like 3 times. Up, you breathe in, big breath, comes out. It's a little bit like yoga. So one more time, squeeze the muscle, release. Then after that, you go down. So you want to tighten your arms, and then relax the arms. And then you want to breathe every single time. Big breath in, and then big breath out. And then one more time, and then out. Then after that, we finish. We're doing that same thing, but now you're gonna squeeze your fists together. So you wanna come up, squeeze your fist. I don't know if you can see my fist. Squeeze your fist, then come back down. And then doing the same thing again. Fist, breathing, and then release everything. And then you gotta feel all your thoughts going through your arms, and then it just goes away from your body. And then I'm gonna ask Shaq to demonstrate to do the standing one. So if you want to stand in the classroom or at home, you can squeeze. We want to take a big breath in, squeeze your belly hard, and then breathe out. And then one more time, we're breathing in, and then we're breathing out. One more time, then get your belly super big, and then out. And then the last exercises, we'll do the same thing, but with your legs. So you're standing, and then you want to squeeze your legs super hard for 3 seconds while you're breathing. And that's it. So now you're supposed to feel a little bit more calm, like you've been thinking about breathing. So that's what's really important. When you do those exercises, even if you don't want to move anything, you want to be sitting, you want to take a big breath in, release everything, and you'll see stress and your thoughts should calm down, and you should feel better. Even if you're like doing an exam at school, you can do that same technique. A lot of us, like I'm sure Shacarra and Mercedes, do that right before competition. Sometimes we're super stressed. I do it just to calm down. Sometimes I close my eyes, take a breath in, and then breathe out, and then you're ready to go. All right, so thank you guys. So now I'll ask them some questions, because I know right now it's a difficult time with all the virus and everything's going on. Everything is closed, like our gyms are closed. So I'll start with you, Mercedes. So I would like you to let know the audience, the kids, what you're up to right now. Did you pick up any hobbies while you were stuck at home?
Yeah, so I actually had a concussion in 2014 that is reminded me of COVID times. So back then I took up painting, and this time I wanted to learn something new. I've actually started a podcast where I've been interviewing people that I decided that have overcome their fears. So I've learned new skills on how to edit a podcast and just do all of that. So it's been very exciting for me.
That's awesome. Yeah. I'm not much of a media person, so I should probably start learning that. What about you, Shaq? Can you speak a little bit about being physical active, like just doing sports? How does that help you with your mental health?
Doing sports helps me so much with my mental health. It's a nice way for me to be social because I played a team sport, so I can still keep doing that. It also is a good way for me to reset if I'm feeling a little bit angry, a little anxious. It's a good way for me to release some of that pent up energy, like we talked about, in a healthy way.
Yeah, like see guys, like even if like Shacarra is a retired athlete, but physical activity is so important. Like I know last week for you guys that was there, it was the physical health National Fitness Day, and I talked a lot about how it is important to do sport, and like it's the same thing like as breathing. I talked to you about breathing. You release energy, you release all your stress while doing sport, going to run outside. It's the same thing. You'll see you'll get so much energy out of it. So do sport, super important. So Mercedes. So a lot of us modify our routine, like since there's no gym open or anything. So what's your favorite way to improve your mental health, like from home?
Okay, I know we're all cooped up at home, but I have been working out. I found a space where I can put workouts, like put my phone up so I can just follow along on some Instagram lives or FaceTime my friends so that I can work out with them as well. It would work for anything that you want to do, just to have that connection with people, even though they're not right there. So working out from home in my own space has been a huge help to my mental health and helps me get out of bed in the morning too.
Yeah, like we have like we have to not be scared to ask for help too, right? Like for me, sometimes I just text one of my teammates and I'm like, hey, do you want to do a workout right now with
Mhm.
me? Or even if it's my mom, put her on FaceTime, or like ask your parents to work out with them. Go walk your dog, go run. It's easy to do sport, even if we're all stuck at home. Sometimes we just don't want to get out of bed. But if you call a friend, I'm sure you can like run with the distance with the 2 meter, and like you can still have fun. So call people. Um, so Shaq, can you share with us some mindfulness practices that you use when you're feeling sad or angry, even stressed?
Yeah, for sure. I'm a chatty gal, so whenever I feel stressed or angry or anxious, I really need to call someone. So I'll call some of my friends or some of my old teammates to talk it through. But if I'm just by myself, I actually do a lot of yoga, and that has really helped me. And just being kind to myself. My yoga practice isn't as good as it used to be, but that's okay. It's just about moving and slowing down, just taking a couple moments for me, but also realizing when I need that and that it's okay for me to remove myself and just take time for myself.
And so like there's a lot of way to like relieve stress, guys. Like some of us it's sport. Like Shaq, she said she likes yoga and breathing. For me, it's playing a lot of music. Like I love playing piano. So sometimes it doesn't have to be sports or breathing. Like it can be totally something different. If you like drawing, you can draw. So any type of things that like slow you down and like makes you feel like positive and like gives you good energy is super good. Doesn't have to go only one way. Um,
Mhm.
so we went. I think anybody else has any question? Shaq, Mercedes, anything else to say about mindfulness, mental health? Super important.
Don't be afraid to talk about it with others if you're having a down day. Don't be afraid to let your family know or just reach out to a friend because we all have down days. Life isn't like always perfect. We have this roller coaster that we're always going on. So you're going to have ups and downs and you're going to miss your friends, but reach out to them. We have great technology with FaceTime and just say hello because I'm sure that your friends are probably wanting to talk to you as well.
Yeah, exactly. Like we have to not be scared to talk. Like even if we're adult or like high level athlete, we have our down sometimes and we have to call some people and like if I have to cry, I'm gonna cry and then I'm gonna go better after that. So don't be scared to reach out. Don't be scared to ask your parents for help, your sister, grandparents, anyone. It's important to really talk about that. Also, I want to remind you every week we do kind of have a little challenge. So it's to take a video of yourself doing any kind of activity, even if you want to do a picture, like doing yoga and mindfulness and all the breathing exercise we did today. And then after that, you can post the comments, post the picture. I think there's a little website link that's gonna appear in that little box with the classroom chat. So don't be scared to do that. Also, I want you to not forget to be a champion forever, and we all are. So don't forget, and have a good weekend, everybody, and be safe.